Welcome back to Saltwater Stories. Today we're going to be uncovering
Yeah.
the world of the walrus,
Cool.
an Arctic icon with massive tusks
Oh, yeah.
and that whiskered snout.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
Get this. These social giants can weigh over 3,000 pounds.
Whoa.
That's heavier than a car.
Yeah, that is big.
And their tusks, they can grow up to 3 feet long.
It's incredible how they shape their habitat.
I know.
From their booming calls under the ice
Sure.
to their impact on the entire ecosystem, their story is all about resilience,
Really is.
adaptation, and how they're dealing with a rapidly changing world.
Yeah, definitely a creature we can learn a lot from. So before we get into all of that,
Sure.
let's start with the basics, the real basics. Where do walruses fit in the animal kingdom?
Walruses,
Oh.
or Odobenus rosmarus,
Fit.
if you want to get fancy,
Okay.
belong to a group called pinnipeds.
Pinnipeds.
That means they're mammals who are pros at living both on land and in water,
Okay.
just like seals and sea lions.
So they're not just swimming around all the time.
Nope.
They need to come up for air and hang out on land too.
Exactly. And their journey to becoming the walruses
Right?
we know today is a tale that goes back over 20 million years.
Wow.
Believe it or not,
Okay.
their ancestors actually looked more like bears.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
From a bear-like creature
Mm-hmm.
to the walrus we know today, that's wild family history.
Isn't it?
What kind of changes help them go from land-loving bears
Right.
to the amazing swimmers we see now?
Well, over millions of years, their bodies adapted to those super cold Arctic waters.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Okay.
A bear wouldn't last long in those temperatures.
No, definitely not.
Walruses developed a thick layer of blubber, kind of like a built-in winter coat.
Yeah, smart.
It keeps them warm and also acts as an energy reserve
Oh, nice.
when food is scarce.
Makes sense. It's like having a warm coat and a snack stash all in one.
Exactly. And of course, we can't forget those iconic tusks. They evolved from canine teeth,
Uh-huh.
but they became so much more than just teeth.
Yeah.
They use those tusks for everything.
Right.
Social interactions,
Mhm.
showing who's boss, helping them move across that slippery ice, and even breaking thin ice to make breathing holes.
So those tusks are like multi-tools.
Exactly.
Okay. Now that we know a little bit about their family history,
Okay.
where do these guys actually live?
Walruses are found in the Arctic regions of both the Atlantic
okay.
and Pacific Oceans.
Okay, so both sides.
Yeah, but they're not fans of deep water, though.
Oh, really?
They prefer those shallow areas along continental shelves where they
Yeah.
can easily find food.
That makes sense. So are they always on the move, or do they stay in one place?
They do migrate
Okay.
with the changing seasons.
Okay.
They actually follow the edge of the ice to stay close to their favorite food sources.
Oh.
During the summer, when some of the ice melts, they travel northward. Then in the winter, as the ice grows again,
Oh, wow.
they head south. It's quite the journey.
It sounds like they're always following the buffet.
Pretty much.
Speaking of food, what do walruses actually eat?
Believe it or not,
Okay.
their main food source is clams.
Clams?
They have this amazing ability to gobble down thousands of clams in a single meal.
Thousands. That's a lot of clams.
I know.
How do they eat that many?
Their foraging techniques are fascinating.
Yeah.
They use their powerful tongues to create suction, almost like a vacuum cleaner,
Wow.
and suck those clams right up from the ocean floor.
Wow, nature's vacuum cleaner.
That's right.
It sounds a lot easier than digging through the sand with your hands.
It does. They also use those sensitive whiskers called vibrissae to feel for food when the water is murky.
Oh, so smart.
It's like having built-in metal detectors for clams.
So clever. They use all their senses and body parts to
Uh-huh.
find food in such a challenging environment. Do they eat anything besides clams?
Clams are their favorite,
Okay.
but they're not exactly picky eaters.
Okay.
They'll also munch on mussels, snails, worms, basically anything they can slurp up from the ocean floor.
Sounds like a pretty good buffet down there.
It is.
But it's not all peaceful clam eating, is it?
No.
They must have some enemies to watch out for, right?
You're right. The Arctic is a wild place, and even a tough creature like a walrus has to be careful.
So who are their biggest enemies?
Their main predators are polar bears
Oh, yeah.
and orcas.
Oh, wow.
Polar bears often try to catch walruses when they come up to breathe through holes in the ice.
That sounds scary. And what about orcas? Aren't those the whales people call killer whales?
Yep, those are the ones. Orcas are incredibly smart,
Uh-huh.
and they often hunt together, which makes them a real danger for walruses, especially the younger ones.
So how do walruses defend themselves against those guys?
Well, their size and tusks are
Mhm.
their first line of defense.
That makes sense.
But they also rely heavily on sticking together in large groups
Okay.
called herds.
Safety in numbers. It's like having a neighborhood watch, but for walruses.
Exactly. By sticking together, they
Yeah.
can spot danger more easily
Yeah.
and protect each other, especially the calves.
That's awesome. It sounds like they have a strong sense of community.
They really do. Walruses aren't solitary creatures. They have complex social structures with their own ways of communicating and establishing dominance.
Okay, now I'm really curious. Tell me more about how these walrus societies work.
Well, as I mentioned, walruses are very social, and they live in herds that can number in the hundreds or even thousands.
Wow. That's a lot of walruses in one place.
And these herds are generally divided by sex and age.
Okay.
For most of the year, males hang out in their own groups, and females stay close to their calves.
So it's like a girls' club and a guys' club.
You could say that, but when it's time to mate,
Okay.
these groups come together.
Okay.
Which leads to some interesting social dynamics. There are displays of dominance, especially among the males, as they
Well-
try to show who's the strongest.
I can only imagine. So how do they talk to each other? Is it just a lot of grunting?
They actually have a pretty cool range of sounds.
Okay.
They click, grunt, make bell-like tones,
Wow.
and even whistle, especially during mating season.
Wow. A real underwater orchestra.
That's right.
Do they use their tusks for communication too?
Absolutely. Those tusks aren't just for show. They use them to show dominance, signal submission, or even a willingness to fight. It's all part of their intricate social language.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And what about mothers and their calves?
Yeah.
How do they communicate?
For them, touch is super important.
Oh,
You'll see a lot of touching and nuzzling between mothers and calves, which helps strengthen their bond. It also helps the mothers teach their calves important survival skills.
It's like a warm, fuzzy hug that also doubles as a life lesson. So how long do those mother-calf bonds last?
Walrus moms are super dedicated. They care for their calves for up to 2 years,
Yeah.
teaching them all sorts of things,
Right.
from finding food
Right.
to navigating their social world.
2 years. That's a long time to look after someone.
I know.
It really shows how strong their maternal instincts are.
Yeah,
Well, we've learned a lot about walruses already.
we have.
From their ancestors that look like bears
Right.
to their vacuum cleaner tongues
Very cool.
and super strong family bonds.
Yeah, it's incredible. We just left off talking about those amazing social lives of walruses.
Yeah, they're really interesting.
But their story goes beyond just their own world.
Right.
They have these deep connections to human cultures, too,
Yeah.
especially for people who live in the Arctic.
That's right. I remember learning that for indigenous communities, like the Inuit,
Yeah.
Yupik, and Chukchi people, the walrus isn't just an animal.
Right.
It's a vital part of their culture and way of life.
Exactly. Walrus hunting has been a tradition for these communities for thousands of years. And it's more than just hunting.
Yeah.
It's deeply rooted in respect for the walrus
I see.
and a way of life that uses its resources sustainably.
I've heard that they use every single part of the walrus so nothing goes to waste.
That's right. The meat is a source of food.
Okay.
The blubber is used for oil to fuel lamps and keep warm.
Wow.
And the tough hides are turned into clothing and shelter.
Really?
Even the tusks are carved into tools, artwork, and important ceremonial objects.
It's amazing how they've learned to use every part of the walrus to survive in such a harsh environment. It's not just about the practical stuff either, right?
Right.
Walruses also play a big role in their stories and art too.
Absolutely. Walruses are like stars in their folklore
Really?
and often symbolize strength, resilience, and the wisdom of the Arctic.
Oh, that's cool.
They're woven into the very fabric of their culture.
It sounds like a deep spiritual connection.
It-
Do they have special ceremonies or rituals associated with walrus hunting?
Many communities do.
Okay.
These ceremonies often honor the spirit of the walrus and acknowledge the gift of life that it provides.
Wow, that's amazing.
It's a way of showing respect and gratitude.
That's beautiful. It's sad to think that this balance was disrupted when large-scale commercial hunting started
Yeah.
in the 18th to 19th centuries.
It's a sad chapter in the walrus's story. European and American hunters came to the Arctic and started hunting walruses on a massive scale,
Oh, no.
mostly for their blubber, hides, and tusks.
Okay.
And this caused a devastating decline in their populations.
It's hard to imagine that such large, powerful creatures could be so vulnerable to human greed?
It's a reminder that even the mightiest creatures need our protection.
That's true.
Thankfully, in the 20th century,
Right.
people began to realize the damage that had been done and started working to protect walruses.
That's good to hear. What were some of the key things that helped turn the tide for walrus conservation?
One of the biggest turning points
Okay.
was the passage of the Marine Mammal Protection Act in the United States back in 1972.
Okay.
It was a landmark piece of legislation
Oh, wow.
that aimed to protect the health of entire marine ecosystems, not just individual species.
So it recognized that everything is connected in the ocean.
Exactly. This act helped regulate hunting practices,
Yeah.
especially commercial hunting,
Uh-huh.
and encouraged research to better understand marine mammals and how to protect them.
It shows that we need laws and research working together to make a difference.
For sure. And we can't forget the crucial role that indigenous communities played in walrus conservation.
Right?
They'd been living sustainably with walruses for centuries.
Yeah.
And their traditional knowledge and practices were
Yeah.
incredibly valuable in understanding how to manage walrus populations responsibly.
They were the true experts.
They really were. By combining their knowledge
Yeah.
with modern science and management strategies,
Mm.
we were able to take better care of walruses in their Arctic home.
It's a great example of how respecting traditional knowledge and working together can benefit both people and wildlife.
For sure.
But even with these efforts,
Right.
walruses are still facing a huge challenge, climate change.
You're right. It's the biggest threat looming over them.
Yeah.
The Arctic is warming faster than any other place on Earth.
Wow.
And the sea ice that walruses depend on
Yeah.
is melting and thinning at an alarming rate.
That's terrible. The ice is like their home,
It is?
their resting place,
Yeah,
and even their platform for getting to their food.
exactly. As the ice disappears,
Uh-huh.
walruses are forced to come ashore in huge numbers,
Oh, no.
crowding onto small stretches of coastline.
I've seen pictures of those massive gatherings of walruses on land.
Yeah,
It looks so crowded and chaotic.
it's a dangerous situation. All that overcrowding leads to competition for food and resources,
Right.
higher stress levels,
Yeah.
and makes them more vulnerable to diseases.
And then there's the danger of stampedes, right?
Sadly, yes, when walruses are packed together like that,
Right.
even a small disturbance like a loud noise or a predator approaching
Mm-hmm.
can trigger a panic stampede.
That's scary. What happens during a stampede?
It's a chaotic scene with walruses rushing towards the water,
Oh, geez.
often trampling each other in the process.
Wow.
And sadly, hundreds of walruses,
Oh, no.
especially young calves, can be injured or even killed during these stampedes.
It's heartbreaking to think of those vulnerable calves caught in the chaos. It's a stark reminder of how climate change is impacting their lives.
And it's not just the ice that's changing.
Right.
The warming waters are also affecting their food sources.
Okay.
The clams and other creatures they eat are becoming harder to find as the ocean changes.
So they're losing their homes and their grocery stores are changing too.
Pretty much.
It sounds like they're facing an uphill battle.
It's a real challenge,
Yeah.
but there is still hope.
Okay.
Scientists, communities, and governments are working together to find solutions to help walruses adapt and survive these changing times.
That's good to hear. So what can we do to help protect these amazing creatures?
Well, tackling climate change is crucial.
Yeah, of course.
Reducing greenhouse gas emissions is the foundation of any successful conservation effort for walruses and the entire Arctic ecosystem.
That's a big one. What about more specific actions to help walruses?
Creating marine protected areas is a vital step.
Okay.
These are special areas where human activities are restricted
Uh-huh.
to protect important habitats and give walruses a safe haven.
It's like creating national parks in the ocean.
Exactly. And as we discussed, continuing to work closely with indigenous communities is crucial.
Yeah.
Their knowledge and practices are essential for sustainable walrus management.
It's a reminder that sometimes the best solutions come from those who have been living in harmony with nature for generations. We've learned so much about walruses already,
I know, it's amazing.
from their ancient ancestors to
Yeah.
their amazing social lives
Yeah.
and the challenges they're facing with climate change.
Uh-huh.
Now let's talk about
Okay.
how scientists are using some incredible technology
Yeah.
to help protect these Arctic giants.
It's true. Scientists are combining traditional knowledge with cutting-edge technology to study walruses in ways we never thought possible.
Wow.
It's like having a whole new toolbox
That's cool.
for understanding and protecting them.
That sounds exciting. What kind of cool tech are we talking about?
One of the most amazing tools
Okay.
is satellite telemetry.
Satellite telemetry.
It's basically like giving a walrus its own personal GPS tracker.
Wow, a GPS for a walrus. How does that work?
Scientists attached tiny transmitters to the walruses,
Okay.
often on their flippers.
Oh, okay.
These transmitters send signals to satellites orbiting the Earth,
Oh.
allowing researchers to track their movements in real time.
So they can see exactly where the walruses are going. That's amazing.
It is.
What kind of information can they get from that?
Oh, they can learn so much.
Yeah.
They can see where the walruses travel,
Uh-huh.
how they use their habitat,
Oh, yeah.
where they feed,
Wow.
and even how they react to changes in the ice conditions.
So it's like having a secret window into their lives.
Pretty much.
Can they track more than one walrus at a time?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
By tracking multiple walruses, they can map out the movements of entire populations.
Oh, that's amazing.
This helps identify critical habitats
Okay.
that need protection and even predict how they might respond to future environmental changes.
That's incredible. It's like having a crystal ball for walrus conservation.
It kind of is.
What other cool tools do scientists use to study walruses?
Another fascinating technology is acoustic monitoring.
Okay.
It's essentially eavesdropping
Oh.
on the underwater world of walruses.
Eavesdropping. How do they do that?
They use special underwater microphones
Okay.
called hydrophones
Hydrophone.
placed in strategic locations in the Arctic Ocean. These hydrophones capture all sorts of underwater sounds,
Okay.
from the clicks and whistles of walruses
Right.
to the calls of whales and seals.
I bet it's a pretty noisy place down there.
It can be.
Can scientists really tell who's making what sound?
They can.
Really?
Each species has its own unique way of communicating.
Oh, okay.
By listening to these underwater conversations,
Uh-huh.
scientists can learn about walrus behavior,
Right.
their social interactions,
Okay.
their feeding habits,
Yeah.
and even their stress levels.
So they can tell if a walrus is having a bad day just by listening to it.
Pretty much.
That's wild.
And this acoustic data also helps scientists understand how human activities are impacting walruses.
Okay.
For example, they can study how noise pollution from ships might be interfering with walrus communication.
It's a reminder that even in the remote Arctic,
Uh-huh.
our actions can have consequences.
Yeah, they really can.
So we've talked about tracking their movements
Right.
and listening to their underwater chatter. What other high-tech tools are being used?
Genetic research is
Uh,
playing a huge role, too.
Okay, but how does looking at their DNA help protect them?
Well, it can tell us about the genetic diversity within and between walrus populations,
Okay.
which is important for understanding their resilience to diseases and their
Yeah.
ability to adapt to change.
So it's like peeking into their genetic blueprint
Yeah.
to see how well equipped they are for survival.
Exactly.
That's so cool.
And this genetic data can also help track the movements of individuals and populations over time,
Okay.
revealing information about their breeding patterns and how different groups are connected.
It's amazing how technology can reveal these hidden connections.
It really is.
But it's not just about fancy gadgets, right?
Right.
You mentioned earlier that scientists are also working with local communities.
Yeah.
Can you tell me more about that?
It's one of the most exciting parts of walrus research.
Really?
Scientists are partnering with communities in the Arctic, especially indigenous communities.
To gather valuable information on walruses.
So local people are becoming part of the research team.
They are.
That's awesome. Why is that so important?
People who live in the Arctic have a wealth of knowledge about walruses,
Right.
passed down through generations.
Yeah.
They see them regularly, observe their behavior,
Mhm.
and understand the subtle changes in their environment.
It's like a perfect blend of ancient wisdom and modern science.
You got it.
That's so cool.
These local experts are contributing valuable observations,
Okay.
photos,
Wow.
and even sound recordings,
That's awesome.
which help scientists get a much more complete picture of walrus life.
It's inspiring to see how everyone can play a role in conservation.
It really is. And these partnerships aren't just about gathering data.
Right.
They're about empowering communities to be active participants
Yeah.
in protecting their Arctic home and their cultural heritage.
It's a win-win for everyone.
Exactly.
Walruses get more people looking out for them.
And communities get to be directly involved in their conservation.
That's right.
It's a beautiful example of how collaboration can benefit both people and wildlife.
It really is.
Well, as we wrap up our journey into the world of walruses,
Okay.
it's clear that their story is one of resilience, adaptation,
Right.
and the power of working together.
Mm-hmm.
They're facing some tough challenges.
Yeah.
But with scientists, communities, and concerned citizens all on their side,
Yeah.
there's hope for a future where these magnificent creatures continue to thrive in their icy kingdom.
I agree. Their story reminds us that we all have a role to play in protecting our planet and its amazing inhabitants.
It really does.
By staying curious, learning as much as we can,
Yeah.
and taking action,
Yeah.
you can help ensure that the story of the walrus continues for generations to come.
That's a great message to end on.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on this incredible journey into the world of walruses on Saltwater Stories.
Thanks for having me.
Until next time, keep exploring the wonders of the ocean.